This Becky Lynch hate has to stop. I know you guys are gonna say,
oh, WrestleDrop, you're making another Becky Lynch video. You're defending Becky Lynch again. You're a simp for Becky Lynch. You're a Becky Lynch stan.
okay, some of those things might be true, okay?
Got him. We fucking got him.
They might be true to a certain extent, but please, hear me out, hear me out. I've been seeing a lot of Becky Lynch hate since the Elimination Chamber, and this has been in group chats that I'm with. I'm calling you out, Keenan. This is on Twitter, this or X, this is on Instagram, this is everywhere. Okay, I don't know about the Stomp guys, they've been real quiet. They know not to talk to me about Becky Lynch because it's just gonna end in an argument. And yes, there may be a bit of bias, but I've tried now to be as balanced as can be with this situation, because I understand Becky has limitations right now. I understand Becky is maybe not what she was in 2018 or whenever it was, when she was the man, or the original man, not this version of the man. So I understand those things, but this hate has just gone too far. And I mean, since she won Elimination Chamber, this has gone on like really, really way too far. And I think it stems from Liv Morgan not really getting her win. And I really liked Liv Morgan. I think she's super talented. She's a very good babyface, a very good underdog babyface. And I think a lot of this stems from your favorites not having the opportunity against Rhea Ripley. And by this, I mean the likes of perhaps Liv Morgan, which is the obvious one. We see people trying a We Want Liv movement, but it's not working. And obviously Bianca Belair. Now, Liv Morgan, I really like. I really, really like Liv Morgan. I was happy when she won the title a couple of years ago. I like her a lot. In fact, I think she should be the one to defeat Rhea Ripley for the title eventually. Not now at WrestleMania, but eventually. This is not a Liv Morgan hate video by any means. I really, really like Liv Morgan. It's more of a, I don't understand why you want Liv Morgan right now. Yes, she has a story. 100%. Maybe a better story than Becky, even though people are underestimating or undermining the Becky Rhea story. But when it comes to Liv Morgan, she is just not a competitive challenger. Do you guys really think Liv Morgan can beat one of the most dominant wrestlers, female wrestlers we've had in WWE in a long time? Do you really think she can beat her? Like, let's think about it realistically. She had a terrible run with Ronda Rousey where she was, they wanted her to win, but they didn't really want her to win. And I think that really set her up for failure in the future, because now we don't believe that she can beat other people. And there's ways to fix that 100%, which is why I think Liv Morgan needs to be built up now. Build her up all the way till SummerSlam. Let her beat some serious people. Excuse my phone, it's probably people out here fighting with me about Becky Lynch. Anyway, so I just think you can build her to the point where she's actually a realistic challenger for Rhea Ripley. And maybe if Liv wasn't injured and she had this time before Mania to actually build herself up, I would go for it. But the story is not quite developed enough. And if you develop it more, it can be even better. I mean, look at Cody. He lost at Mania. He had a full year and he almost didn't even get that story finished. Now he's going to have the opportunity thanks to the fans. So 2 months or a month of being back since the Rumble, whatever it is, it's not enough. It's not enough, guys. She's not a realistic challenger at all. And of course, people are saying, well, how's Becky Lynch a realistic challenger? She lost clean to Nia Jax. Well, that's WWE. There's 50-50 booking all over WWE, all over the show with WWE. So yes, it might not make the perfect sense, but to be honest, WWE doesn't really look at that logic, because would you be interested in Seth versus Cody Rhodes 4? Of course you would. Why would you? But Seth's lost 3 times, so why be interested? We're still going to be interested, because we know WWE's logic doesn't always make sense, and we've come to accept it, for better or worse. I don't think it's the right thing, but it's just how we work nowadays. Bayley has not won a single thing except for a Royal Rumble, in which she didn't have to pin anyone. Now we're supposed to take her as a serious challenger for Io. Maybe not, but I'm going to. Why? Because it's WWE. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. This is not AEW where they count win-losses records. Unfortunately, that's just not how it works here. I don't think that can be an argument, but I think there's a lot of loopholes to that argument and a lot of things to shut down that argument. So I think it's best we not look at that. And in any case, I think Becky Lynch is going to beat Nia next week. It might not be clean, might be clean. She's still going to beat her anyway. So I don't think that one will really work. I've seen people say, what about Bianca Belair? Well, firstly, Bianca Belair is on SmackDown. I know WWE don't care about the brand split, but I care about it. So why am I going to now hope for that match? then I'm going against everything I argue against. I say, we want the brand split, have a proper brand split, but then at the same time, I'm asking for cross-brand matches. Doesn't make sense either, does it? I just think people are on the hate Becky agenda. This is like Cena back in the day. And please, before anyone says it, because I've already had this, I'm not comparing Becky to Cena. I'm not doing that comparison. But they are both the top stars in their division at the various times. Cena was the top star, Becky's the top star. There's a comparison to be made, but I'm not comparing them in terms of quality of or the quality of their wrestling ability or the wrestlers themselves. You get what I'm trying to say. I'm waffling on here because I'm frustrated. People are making me angry here. But I just think they're on the same, Cena sucks agenda that they are with Becky now. It's the same thing. And I don't like it. I don't think it's fair on Becky Lynch. She works so damn hard and people just, yeah. You suck. You're mid in the ring. Becky Lynch, mid in the ring. You don't get to where you are by being mid in the ring. She might not be as good as she once was. Fair enough. She's a mom now. She had a baby. She's older. Things happen. But she's not mid. She's not mid. Her in-ring psychology, I said this to people and they absolutely ripped me apart. Tried to rip me apart, but I don't buy it. I said Becky Lynch has some of the best in-ring psychology in the women's division. And people were like, that is impossible. That can't be true. But then I look at the matches she's had and her match with Trish, so damn good. Her match with Bianca a couple of years ago, really good. She gave Nia a better match than Rhea Ripley. And that's nothing against Rhea or Nia. I'm just saying, better match. Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany's best match to date was against Becky Lynch. And people are like, oh, she took the title from her. She's putting herself over. No, she put Tiffany over in defeat. That is a thing. You can put someone over in defeat, especially if they are a rising star. I mean, I don't understand the hatred. She put Lyra Valkyria over. She gave her the win with the NXT Championship. For 2 years, she has not been in a world title spot. 2 years since she lost the title to Bianca Belair and then she had the SummerSlam match. Since then, she has not been in the world title picture. She's held the tag titles and she's held the NXT title. And she stayed away. And now you want to tell me she's overpushed. She was stuck with Trish and Lita for months and months. She was, come on guys, let's be realistic about this. Let's put it on our brains and understand that Becky Lynch gives a lot for the company. Sometimes they give back, and this might be them giving back now. You've done your part for 2 years, you put people over, now we'll give you back. And I don't actually want Becky, the voice crack. This has got me voice cracking. I don't want Becky Lynch to actually beat Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. I don't want it. Like I said, Liv Morgan for me is the one to defeat her in the end. Or a Bianca Belair if they do a draft after Mania and Bianca's now on the same roster as Rhea. I don't actually want Becky to win. I don't see the point in Becky winning. I see Rhea Ripley being enhanced now and her title reign being enhanced by beating Becky Lynch. It just makes sense to me. Whereas people don't want predictability, but they want Liv Morgan. They want Tiffany Stratton. They want Naomi. They want whoever else. Bianca Belair would be unpredictable, but they want all these people because they want them to have opportunities, but they're going to complain that Elimination Chamber is predictable. You don't think Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley is predictable? Liv Morgan would absolutely lose that match now at WrestleMania, but give her time to build, and then we got an unpredictable match. As it stands right now, she's going to get Zelina Vega or Natalya. It's going to be the same as what happened between them two. Liv is not ready for it. There's a story, but it's in its infancy. They haven't even had a proper confrontation. Have something. I don't know, man. I don't understand why people want to rush things all the time. Why do you want to rush it? Which is the bigger match of Mania? Which one are you going to be more excited for realistically? Liv Morgan versus Rhea? You know the outcome to that one. Becky versus Rhea? Ooh, now you're thinking, I don't want Becky to win. Perfectly fine, you don't want her to win, but at least you've got a side to pick now. Previously, you didn't have a side to pick because it was obvious. Now, between Rhea and Becky, you might not want Becky to win, but you have a side to pick, which means you have a person to cheer and a person to boo. Liv versus Rhea? Who are you going to boo and cheer? Who? You don't even know yourself. That's the problem. Look, this might not be the most coherent argument out there. I understand that because I've had a lot of arguing about it. So at this point, I'm kind of drained and I've kind of spewed everything out there. So I thought, let me do it on video and settle this once and for all on my opinions. Now, I'm not expecting anyone to change their opinions on Becky. I just don't understand the extremes that people are going to by saying she's mid, by saying she doesn't deserve the spot, by saying she's overpushed, because none of that is true. You might not like her, you might not like her in-ring work, which I'll admit is not where it once was. I'll admit that. But some of the best that ever did it weren't the best in-ring workers, but they had the charisma, and they had the personality, and they had the star power. Okay? Liv Morgan could not pull 1 million people to watch a match in NXT. I know it was just for that segment as far as I understand, but she couldn't. And I'm not trying to knock Liv Morgan, because again, I like her. But it's WrestleMania, guys. It's WrestleMania. Just remember that. It's WrestleMania. You'd be complaining if Jinder Mahal was on the card just because he had a story with someone. You know? You'd be complaining if this person was on the card just because they had a story with someone. It just... I don't know, guys. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. I'm going to end this before any of the Stomp guys get on my case about defending Becky Lynch once again. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace.